This question looks like a grammar question because we don't have a literal question, but the words and the choices make it clear that this is one of those transition questions, and I personally classify these as ideas questions. Meaning it's not that one of these words is going to be grammatically right or wrong, or that there's like a better style here. We need to think about what they're saying and make sure that we're conveying the ideas in the right possible way. In the best possible way, sorry. And the best way to do that is to think in terms of dumb summaries. Take all that they're saying here and boil it down to the simplest thing you can. And a lot of times connotations, positives and negatives, is really all it takes. Now, in most transition questions, the transition word is at the beginning of a sentence, and our job is to read the sentence that contains the transition word and the sentence before it. Here it's a little weird. It's in the middle of a sentence, and it kind of starts a paragraph, so it's a little confusing, like what are we transitioning from? So in this case, what I would do is just kind of read the end of the previous paragraph and this beginning sentence that contains the transition of this paragraph. So let's just think in terms of positives and negatives. What do we got here in this paragraph? Since the South Street Seaport, I cannot say that, since the South Street Seaport area was a bustling commercial center for early colonists, Luria anticipated that a rich history lay beneath the pavement. It's our job to document and recover that history before it's lost. So that quote, I don't get much from. It's just kind of neutral. But certainly the sentence before that is positive, right? There's a rich history here. Things are good. We're digging it up. Everything is great. As the work continued, the team faced obstacles. Clearly negative. And notice how I didn't even bother reading the word therefore, because I don't want to bias myself. I don't want to read it in there and then kind of think, oh, well, it sounded good, so maybe I'll just keep it, right? If I leave it out, I can kind of understand what's being said without biasing myself in favor of the no change option. And in this case, I don't know that it would have mattered because it's very clear I have a positive to negative shift, so I want a kind of contrast word that lets me do that. The only one that's here that is a contrast word is though. And so there you go. That is it. I would be very confident in this choice, even though some of these other words are kind of maybe scary, right? Therefore, similarly, like I don't use those words very often, so I might think, do they sound smart? Do they sound right? Well, it's not about the sound. It's about the ideas, and that's why we do this dumb summaries thing, so that we can get our brains focused on the ideas in the simplest way possible, so that we can just pick the choice that has that same kind of transition-y ideas. There you go.